There we go. There we go. I gotta do like this. There we go. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite, or Might. I'm Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone, and with Taz. And today on Dynamite, or Might, we are going to see if Drew McIntyre is going to prolong his war with Astronomer or not. Michael Cole says he's already beat Ecliptor, he already beat Godjora. Is he going to be fighting someone else from her friends or kin? Who's going to be the next one he's going to end up warring with? Michael Cole says. Well, to tell you the truth, Tony Schiavone says I don't really know who Drew McIntyre is going to war with again, or if this is a one-off, or what's going on, with this though. But we see we have Ecliptor in the ring with Astronomer. Alright, everyone. Everyone likes to know, is there a war between me and Drew McIntyre? At first, I would like to say there's not. That me and Drew McIntyre are not at war. And also other folks want to know what happened to Ric Flair, the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. Where did he go? Well, I made the leadership asking, hold it right there, Astronomer. You named me as the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, and I'm still the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. I mean, I didn't think I did that badly. I wasn't flawless, but I didn't think I did that badly. Yes, I know you can bring up when I was the unscreened four-setter of WCW from the end of 9 between 98 YL to 9 between 99 YL, when I was the unscreened head leadership wicker of the WCW from 20 YL to 2001 YL, and then the half owner of WWE from 2001 YL to 2002 YL, you could say, yeah, I did bad. And at one time, I was the four-setter. I was the head leadership wicker of the TWF at one time. You named me, and I don't think you're going to be firing me anytime soon. Rick, I know you think you are a good four-setter, a good first main wicker, but have you forgotten your time? Yes, you brought the time you were the unscreened four-setter of WCW. Then when you were the unscreened head leadership wicker of WCW, the unscreened half owner of WWE. You also leave out how you were the first main wicker of Raw for about, let's see, at least 1, 2, 3 months. But you started something. You made some oversights that I don't think, what did I do? Seth Rollins, I told him the oversight, Astronomer. I laid it out to him so he'd understand. He got the match thrown out because he had one of his friends help him. I guess it was his friend or underling help him. And now Drew McIntyre starts something with you, and you're going to guilt me or shame me over it. Well, not so. Because the deal that I got from the deal that I understand that I got from Ronald Rodriguez or whatever, the four-setter and head leadership wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, who's only been on the show at least 2 times since, he told me, Rod Rashaz told me that I couldn't be fired by you. And I know at the end of the day, you want to start something with me. So, I'm not the one that started Drew McIntyre. I'm not the one that had Drew McIntyre start shit. Yeah. Look, Astronomer says Drew McIntyre started shit with Ecliptor. He started shit with Gajora. And he started shit with me. And I think it's, first off, Ric Flair hasn't done anything wrong. The only one that's wrong to me is you, Astronomer. And you, Ecliptor. At least he'll give me the shot against Asuka instead of yielding at the SummerSlam like you did. Well, that's where you're wrong, Drew McIntyre, because I will make you work for it. I will make you work for it. And you will yield until after SummerSlam between either Asuka or Ricochet at Bash at the Beach, and then next month you'll get your shot. It's not Astronomer's mistake or my mistake that you can't handle yielding. And I must say, at the end of the day, I must say that is the oversight. Is that so? Well, I'm going to ask you right here to shift that oversight. Unless you don't have the balls to do it. You're going to tell me, the 4-Between-Time World Heavyweight Fighter, and both WWF, WWE, MACW, WCW, that I don't want to shift the oversight. Sorry, Drew, that's Astronomer's oversight. But I will tell you what, if you keep up the shit, you will be seated. And you will lose your right to fight Asuka or Ricochet if you keep up your shit. Now, where was we at? As I was saying, Drew McIntyre just Claymore kicked it down the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Ric Flair. Astronomer says, Drew McIntyre, you're stalled. You have lost your right to fight Asuka or Ricochet at SummerSlam. You're stalled. Get out of here. Yeah, fuck. Well, at the end of the day, Drew McIntyre can't kill anyone. At the end of the day, Drew McIntyre can't kill anyone. He can only kill himself. He can only kill himself, for being stilled, for losing his right. Fuck, I can't go through there. For being stilled, losing his right, Michael Cole says, to fight either now Asuka or Ricochet at SummerSlam for the TWF heavyweight winnings. Fuck. Oh, come on. Michael Cole says, you got that right, Tony Schiavone says. Drew McIntyre's got no one to kill but himself for doing what he did to Ric Flair. And he's lucky that he didn't get fired for it, Tony Schiavone says. Oh yeah, Cass says, both of your days. You both would have been happy to see that happen. I know you both would have been happy to see that happen. But as you know, that didn't happen though. And Drew McIntyre, yeah, he may have lost his right. And it's true, Drew McIntyre may have lost his right. You know, may have lost his right, to fight for the TWF heavyweight winnings, Taz says. But Ric Flair isn't going to be around to see it because he got laid out. And I understand Stronghold's having him leave. You're not going to tell me to leave. Get out. No, I'm not going to get out. Hey, what are you doing? Get in there. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I think it goes like 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Now, where the hell is my other one at? Because this one can't stand up well in the ring. Astronomer, I am going to warn you right now. You will undo what you did. You're going to undo what you did. Because if you don't, then it's going to be bad news. It's going to be bad news for you. Well, as we do know now, Michael Cole says, things have not gone well at all. Ric Flair and Astronomer were seeking to do some kind of, both seeking to do, some kind of business. Seeking to do some kind of business, and sadly, it went the way that it went. Michael Cole says, I can tell you one thing right now, Tony Schiavone said, Drew McIntyre's got no one to guilt, only himself for, how things went, Here, Tony Schiavone says. Well, Taz says, at least you can say it was a sog and tale that got played out here in the toy wrestling gathering. I'm not going to say that I think it was right, for Drew McIntyre to do what he did, but I think it did, but I do think it was something that he thought he should have done. In his mind, he thought it was the right thing. Because at the end of the day, I don't think it was the right thing. Well, alright, we're going to take it away now with Michael Cole. We're going to take it away now. Taz says he may have thought it was the right thing to do, even though it wasn't. In his mind, he thought it was the right thing to do, but it wasn't, Taz says. Well, good for him, Taz says. And he'd be fighting against the leadership. He might get somewhere. I don't know about that, Michael Cole says. Well, now we take it away to Mike Lane. Thank you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Astronomer, the leadership of the toy wrestling gathering. Alright, Astronomer, you did see what happened out there, didn't you? Yes, I did, Mike. I did see Drew McIntyre Claymore kick Ric Flair, the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering. I also happened to see he Claymore kicked the Stronghold keeper as well. Drew McIntyre has been stilled and sent home. And yes, he has truly lost the right, he has truly lost the right to fight either Asuka or Ricochet for the TWF heavyweight winnings at SummerSlam. Well, are you worried about him coming back after you? You know, doing what he did to Ecliptor, what he did to Godzilla, doing to you, or what he did to Ric Flair? Drew McIntyre's been sent home, so no, now I'm not worried about what he's done or what he's going to do, because he's been sent home, and he's got no one to guilt, only himself, for that being done to him. Well, that's my talk with Astronema. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Mike Lane, for talking with Drew McIntyre, talking with Astronema, the overseer of leadership of the Toy Wrestling Gathering. And that's all the time we got here. You know, I, Michael Cole, with Tony Schiavone and with Taz, we hope you like Dynamite or Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact or Hit.